but nothing prepares you for the morning you wake up for a jog and you don't look at your phone, you press the app, you're ready to run, and the street pole down the road has your name and it's not good. That is shocking. I thought that happens to people that I film. In fact, at some level, some of my shows thrive on that. And so, yeah, like I was just shook. I didn't even finish the jog. I think I called the Uber. I was like, take me back home. I don't want to be around.
What was the headline about, if you don't mind me asking?
We had just done the Somizi wedding, and there was a big splat between them, and we never really got involved in whatever that was. We just produced the show. So it was really domestic.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, what was true was there were other things that were really affecting the business.
What is failure to you today?
My story around failure hasn't been very clear. And so I think I found in the last 2 years or so, talking about it helps me clear things up. But sometimes to get a great shot, it's accompanied with a great F.
Yeah.
So, like, I grew up, and I'm not saying that this is right. Like, I grew up with the Hofmeyers. I grew up with, the Ferreiras, who were big production houses in this country. And they used to kick you if things went right. Not good. But I kind of know that we could have built a better language for it and a better way of doing things. But I kind of value that in a way. I'm the kind of guy who, when a kid falls and everybody says, don't say anything.
Yes.
Because they're going to cry. Yeah. Like, don't say anything.
Okay.
Just keep it moving with me.
Yeah.
Know that I'm wounded.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need you later on.
My guest today is legend Manqele, a creative force who has contributed to shaping South African reality television. He's known for memorable shows like Living the Dream with Somizi and Being Bonang. He is a man who understands that every creative setback is a stepping stone to groundbreaking success. Welcome, legend.
I had to look away for that.
Did you?
I wasn't quite sure.
Oh, but you've done amazing work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.
What made you say yes to talking about your failure? I love checking with my guests before we start. Like, talking about failure is not an everyday conversation.
It isn't. And I think my story around failure hasn't been very clear. And so I think I found in the last 2 years or so, talking about it helps me clear things up.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have spoken on my failure, but not myself.
But never yourself.
Never myself.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that wild?
It is wild. It is
Yeah.
wild. It's also wild largely on my part because there's a lot of in denial that happens, like where you are reflecting and you're wondering, is this truly failure? Why does it feel like I can wake up again tomorrow? And so, yeah, I've always thought failure was going to be that thing that ends it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is failure to you today? What is failure to legend?
So as I said, I'm still clearing it up. I'm still trying to find the real definition for this. For me, I think it's a sobering. It's a moment to pause. It's a moment to reflect. But failure is true to what it is. You fail, and you look around you. What was isn't anymore, and so for me, that's what failure is at this current point
Yeah.
of my life and in my career.
Yeah.
But largely, it's a sobering.
Yeah. Growing up, how was home? And how did your relationship with failure evolve as you've grown up?
I've always felt like my childhood was in many parts. Like we moved a lot. So my mom was married to my dad, Betlalim Lazi. And then one day we moved. They divorced. This was in 1997. We were living at a cousin's in Wamashu, and then we lived in town. And then we constantly moved. And, that might sound bad, but I kind of found it as like a clearing, looking for clarity. When I look back, I think my mom was trying to find her way after she had failed in her marriage.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like childhood was very much grounded, very loving. We were surrounded by uncles. We were surrounded by matriarchs. So my mom made sure that just because dad wasn't around anymore, we were surrounded by like uncles
Yeah.
and aunts who loved
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Interesting you say that because I'm a divorced parent. And I would say to my eldest son that, yes, there are a lot of things you don't have that your friends have. But as a child, to learn how to embrace an environment and a change that's out of your control, and how to find a reason to smile
Yeah.
that won't be because you have the same phone or gadget, because there's, you've got to adjust financially as a single parent.
Yeah.
And I just said, I wanted him to realize that it's a gift that will teach him resilience, that will teach him, give him a sense of identity that's different from others. How did that experience shape the adult you've become?
Well, I have to say, I wish I had that type of conversation.
Yeah.
You're actually making me quite emotional because, and it's too early. I think those are some of the things I still need to heal. Just around like understanding what happened, because I think for us, we never had that conversation. We were surrounded by love, but it was almost like a band-aid. Just keep it moving,
Yeah.
you know? And so
Yeah.
to hear you say that is a huge correction in some of the many people I know who are in the same situation that we would have needed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, yeah, building that resilience, understanding that change is coming, it's inevitable, is really a strength that one needs to hold dear earlier on, specifically if you're dealt with these type of hurdles
Yeah.
as you move along. So
Yeah.
what a brilliant conversation to have with
Yeah.
a son who's going to grow up to be, resilient in the sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you for that. So let's talk about failing publicly,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I've had a lot of guests who are in the creative business that have had a conversation about their failures. And the one question that I have asked them is, how do you deal with failing so publicly that, like you've said, your stories of failure are not discussed and brought about by you, but are being discussed around you?
Yeah. I remember there was a big marker where I knew, okay, cool, this is a public affair. I woke up one day, I'd known that this was happening. I'd known the calamities of my own little world, and I was trying to fix them. But nothing prepares you for the morning you wake up for a jog and you don't look at your phone, you press the app, you're ready to run, and the street pole down the road has your name and it's not good. That is shocking. I thought that happens to people that I film. In fact, at some level, some of my shows thrive on that. And so, yeah, like I was just shook. I didn't even finish the jog. I think I called the
Sure.
Uber. I was like, take me back home. I don't want to be around. I remember that night I drove down to KZN just to be around familiar settings because that conversation is really foreign to me. I've never sought validation in any way when I do the work. So it also came as a validator in some level because why would the work reach such deep levels of conversations? Why would this be the thing that will sell the paper today?
What was the headline about, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was, we had just done the Somizi wedding, and there was a big splat between them, and we never really got involved in whatever that was. We just produced the show. So it was really domestic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But behind the scenes, what was true was there were other things that were really affecting the business and the production, personal things that got into the production. And I needed to protect the production. At best, I needed to obey the law, and I followed the law. But what's true in this day and age is that there's always going to be the court of public opinion, and so the first one who goes out, the first one who says anything, is always the right one.
Yeah.
I've always kept my conversations in the boardroom. I've always kept them clean. I've always kept them as per contract, and so it always just felt like because these are such huge public entities, whatever they say out there, because that matters as well. I didn't really think it mattered, but it does because it ended up affecting the clients
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. Yeah, so, I don't want to get into
Yeah.
the depths of it, but
Yeah, you don't have
I
to.
know that I had to do the right thing, but the right thing didn't land in the right way with these people who were perpetuating a wrong.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just felt like I need to protect a larger part of this thing. And if
Yeah.
I'm the fall guy for this, so be it.
Yeah.
But the integrity is there, the ethics are there. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to worry about this thing that could debilitate the many things that we built. So I'm trying to talk as much as I can around it. But yeah, I think I was protecting a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out that way in the court of public opinion.
Yeah. So when you get home, you're driving.
Yeah.
What are you listening to? Like the greatest hits from an artist you love? Are you listening to worship music?
Yeah.
Are you stopping for smoke breaks every hour? Like, what is your mind state as you're driving? Because I'm sure it felt like the longest drive to get to
Yeah.
a place where you would feel safe.
In between, a multitude of things, a variety of things happened during that drive. I spoke to some friends, and I listened to some gospel music. I listened to some folk music. I was I even listened to Maskandi at some level, because I was like, no man, who am I? What's going on? Let me figure this thing out.
How is this my life?
But I'm a big prayer, so
Yeah.
I called on the ancestor, and I was just like, whatever this is, you will guide. This was a long time coming, because what you've been holding up is definitely falling now, and you must take cover, and you must be surrounded by love. Go cash in on that black tax and figure it out from there. But I truly try my best to anchor myself in a spiritual practice
Yeah.
around prayer,
Yeah.
and just talk to loved ones about like what's happening. And I think that becomes a path that clears eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of conversations did you find not helpful? Because sometimes when I know this for myself,
Yeah.
when I'm going through a challenging time, there are conversations I don't want to have.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I am maybe selling an idea at work that is likely to not be received, in a like, oh wow, we're applauding for you way because it's a risk I'm taking. I hate people who make me doubt my strategy. So what kind of conversations were not helpful?
I think it's the conversations that remind you of how good you are. In that moment, you're not feeling good. In that moment, you are not as great as a person. Like I don't like conversations like that.
Really?
I like conversations that are sobering.
Oh,
Like
really?
what are you doing next? Who do you need around you? Who do you not need around you?
Yeah, yeah.
That is for me like a very stoic, like this is what it is, go for it. Because the conversations that are nurturing will come naturally. I like an ice cold bath.
Okay.
Get me in the bath,
Okay.
put some ice in, let's move.
Yeah.
Because what is attached to me are many families. And at the time, I think I had a staff of 45 people. So I'm running the magazine, I'm running the TV shows. There's an online thing that we're trying to launch and we're trying to maintain. Of course, I don't need any nurture right now. I need to know who is the next best lawyer and who's the next best strategist for a way out, because I will feel the pain long lasting beyond the
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
I need to make the decisions because I've got a crew. I've got people who need to be paid in the next 6 months. What are we going to do? Let me fall beyond that. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy who, when a kid falls and everybody says, don't say anything
Yes. Are you?
because they're going to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't say anything.
Okay. Okay.
just keep it moving with me.
Yeah.
Know that I'm wounded,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna need you later on.
Yeah.
But what's gonna wound me more is not
The
leading
cuddling.
the crowd. Yeah,
Yeah.
the people that I've hired, the people that
Yeah.
work for me.
Yeah.
So it's for me, failures are sobering.
I
What's
like
going
that.
on?
Yeah.
What do we need to do?
Yeah.
And what's the next best thing? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
the cuddling, the leave that for later,
Later.
please, because I'm gonna indulge you, and I'm not
Just you are
gonna,
pragmatic in this
yeah,
moment, pragmatic
please,
solutions and the best team around me.
please,
Let's talk about you building resilience after that moment
yeah,
and coming back to Joburg
yeah,
and going for that run that you had escaped.
yeah.
How did you get yourself back?
It's a slow process. It's a slow process. It's slow conversations. It's a slow brewing. It's slow validation. Like looking at the stats, looking at where you're missing, looking at what was and comparing it to what is. What was your contribution? Where are you in the conversation? How are you talking to yourself? So it's important for me, the things that I say here about myself. I'm a big like risk taker, but in like a perfectionist way. Like I won't move until things are like, and then I'll take it. It's like a bit of an oxymoron, but the risk is so calculated that, you know, it informs me about the now, the next, and the future. So I'm constantly talking to myself. And so when that voice changes, when those words start to be a bit kinder, then I start making my way back. Then forgiveness has to come into play.
Yeah.
Forgiving yourself and allowing yourself to fail, because the failures happen, but I'm a dog with a bone with this stuff. Like I still have to know that this was failure. That's why I said to you before we started rolling, like I still grappled with,
This idea.
is this
Yeah.
it?
Is this it? Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody, I'd walk into restaurants and there's that guy. That's that guy.
Yeah. So, one of the things when I felt I got dismissed, and I've talked about this, and I think, the way that the dismissal happened, there's a lot I don't know. I thought I was at the peak of my career. A lot was going right, right? A lot of good things are happening. And I said, I shared this with Greg as well, where I said, shopping just going for groceries at my local store at Woolworths. I imagine, so if I'm going to encounter you meet you on my path in on the corridors in the shop, on the aisle, I'm imagining what you are thinking about me.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that legend is looking at me thinking, yeah, there she is, this one
my goodness.
who's being talked about like this, like this, like this. Like, did you struggle with that
struggle
when
with
you
that.
see people? Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with that. Like you talk about your local grocer. I walk to mine. I always used to. And the papers are there, The one Sunday I bought, because it went on for, I think, 3-4 months. This thing couldn't stop. So I'd buy and, what's going on? Are you going to be okay? And that's the nurture that I didn't need, So I use the app. And I don't like using the app to get groceries.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
not my normal thing. And so I was out of routine a lot because I was scared of those things. I was scared of the voice. It really
And the fake
messed me up.
hugs.
And then you'd meet like industry folks who are not on your side, because that's the real thing. Like there's just some people who celebrate this moment, and you get so nervous, and then you have to fake smile and fake everything, and it's not good. It's not nice, So but you do it because you have to be brave, you have to face it, you have to kind of keep it going.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not nice. But it's a part of the thing. You
Yeah.
enjoy the success. Enjoy this time now. So
Yeah, the pain that comes with it.
yeah. Even talking about it now, it just feels like, like
You're back in there, yes. So tell me, have you reassessed the value of it all. You know, that like I had a conversation at home. I was like, oh, gosh, what's the point of ambition? What's the point? What's the point of
That's
like,
beautiful.
like what's the point?
I have that conversation all the time. Why? Why do I
Why
need to do
Why must
this?
I be the one?
Absolutely. And that's when you know that actually this is bigger than you. This is a calling. I've seen so many people get better because of what we do. In many ways, in many forms. I've gotten better. My taste, my language, my interest, my life, the things I have access to, the conversations I have, this has gotten me thinking that actually the why is always in hindsight.
Yeah.
It's never really forward. So if
Yeah.
you're going to look forward, you're going to be confused.
Yeah.
Know that you're being called and you're contributing to something bigger.
Yeah.
Lebo was saying in a previous interview, he was saying because of the work he's doing now, the next filmmakers will do an even better job
Yeah.
because he showed up in this moment. So for me, that's why I'm not confused about the reasoning anymore. I'm here. It's not a choice. I'm a storyteller. I want to help in that way. That is the way I serve. And if I'm to fight that, conflict is surely going to be a part of my name. And so I need to be very wary at what degree I'm questioning this thing and as to why.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I'm unclear about myself at this current juncture, at 36 years old, I have to do a bit of auditing and reassessing
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
I join in again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important for me.
Do you find that after your experience, you are, I have to ask you this because you're in the
sure.
reality business.
yeah.
You're in reality
Yeah. Let's
television
keep it
for the most
real.
part. You keep it real. Are you kinda behind the camera when you are mining content? Because you got to mine content. Drama attracts the numbers
Yeah.
and audiences. Given your experience, how do you look at those opportunities now on set and in the content and all the creative products that you...
Yeah. You know, when it comes to reality, because we do a lot more than that, but what I've always done is be very much real. And, you know, we always, in the beginning of every production, we make a promise that we are going to deliver the most authentic product out there. And if it means I have to fight you for that content, if it means you want me to delete something, you have to justify it. I will delete it if it doesn't sit well for the entire family of production, of the entire production. But you have to promise me that it's for the best. Then I will. But if it's just, oh, you're not sure, insecurities, that let's discuss it. Let's find to the granular.
Okay.
Because for me, I've got a client brief and I need to answer that, right? The broadcaster is my client.
Yeah.
And you have agreed to this thing. We are co-producing this thing together. There was once a time where we were doing Daneo's diary and she was not keen on showing a certain part of she was going to see a medium, a consultation of sorts.
Yeah.
And it was such a pivotal thing that the person had said to her. And right then and there she said, cut. I'm like, you don't call cut on my set. You are now the talent. I call cut. You will call cut maybe in the cutting room when we're
Post-production,
editing or whatever. But right now, respect what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is not said in front of everyone. This is said privately because, of course, you have to respect people. But, you know, there is this thing that is very hidden in the film and TV space, is that it is very blue collar. It's not corporate. It's like, you know, swear words come out, like F-bombs all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And, you know, with this woke culture, with this cancel culture, we've had to learn to be a bit more kinder to each other.
Yeah.
And it's been useful, it's been helpful.
Yeah.
But sometimes to get a great shot, it's accompanied with a great F.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I grew up, and I'm not saying that this is right. Like, I grew up with the Hofmeyers. I grew up with, the Ferreras, who were big production houses in this country. And they used to kick you if things went right. Not good. But I kind of know that we could have built a better language for it and a better way of doing things. But I kind of value that in a way. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I kind of value this bullyish way of moving through the day, having a common goal. And when one is slacking, we pick each other up. And yes, how I pick you up, maybe by the collar, but
Yeah.
we're
Just
going.
picked up, you're
And there's
picking
love
up,
at the
you're
end of the
picking
day
up,
because we have a chance during the break to recalibrate at the
Yeah.
end of the production, to hug
Yeah.
each other and say, look at what we've created. And I don't know if that culture is still a thing. We try our best not to have that now, but I come from that school, so I've had to sort of evolve and kind of like mind myself.
Yeah. So what do you think has the most significant impact on you when it comes to building your bravery? Because I mean, in Zulu we say unenkani,
Yeah.
unenkani. But that level of intensity in believing your vision, your dream, your standards, your way, all of it, and I guess like the product you are wanting to be top of top in terms of local production and international productions. What keeps you like at that level of bravery?
I think it's always the response. For me, I will try push naturally because that's where I want to go. So I think one of your questions to Austin was, how do you like balance between a client brief and your
Yeah.
own?
Yeah.
I was so impressed by how he answered that because we all want our own thing. We all want our own thing, but we forget that this is not our thing. This is a client thing, and the client has done research. They've come up with this brief after many attempts or after
Yeah.
many strategies and sitting down and figuring out how to do this thing. The last thing I need to do is to disrespect that process.
Yeah.
And so I've learned that, in fact, I learned that quite earlier on, which I attribute some of the success to. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not married to some of my ideas.
Yeah.
Where I keep brave and where I keep a bit more malleable is when I do my own projects. So I like always to accompany my years with passion projects. I think a passion project fuels, and it's like walking a dog. If you walk the dog, you'll see that the dog is more calmer at the end of the day than it is when you haven't walked the dog. So the dog's gonna be erratic. It's gonna start tearing your couch. So for me, I'm like that. Like,
Yeah.
I take my passions, my things, my own visions to my own things. I like creating my own things as a creative. I will not bleed on your brief.
Okay.
I will inspire
Yeah.
a brief and say, hey, this is what I think. This is the technology that's out there. This is what do you think? And maybe then, I always believe, like, there's also a saying, like, I always try my best to kind of inculcate as I go. Like, I believe in the cheesecake. It's still a cake. It's got carrots, but it's still a cake. It's got icing. It's amazing, but it's still healthy for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
So a brief like that, I always try hide the carrots in there to say,
Yes.
what about
when you scoop through the cake, you get a
Exactly.
little bit of the carrot.
Because sometimes the client is also bullish. They want this, and they've got KPIs. That's what they need to do. So for me, I cultivate bravery really in my own things, and sometimes the client is inspired by what they see within what we do.
Yeah.
So it's become a strategy rather than speaking about it. I like sort of showing it and attracting people
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. Have you done projects where failure was not an option?
The current projects are that, because
Really?
in a way, for me, this is my return to TV. I haven't really done TV in like 4 years. I've had years here and there, my hand in things just to keep the lights on. But genuinely, this is now production, all engines running. I'm back and I'm doing what I need to do. The strategy now has me so pressurized that I cannot actually dropped the ball. So I'm feeling very like my back's against the wall, you know, and I have to kind of see this through because it's not your usual reality show celebrity that let's go this way. This is now more, what can I do to help? I've got this gift, I've got access here and there. How can I put this conversation together in order to better this country, in order to better our positioning as a people, as the immediate audience, and so on and so forth, you know? So I've got a little campfire going, and I want
Yeah.
people to sit around it.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, like, after a show, I need you to realize something, to act, to do something about what we've just said.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my new strategy.
Yeah. And what are you telling yourself now?
That it's okay to fail, and it's okay to walk into your local grocery, and that it's okay to show up as fully
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because somehow I've always just apologized for being good at this thing. Somehow I've always apologized for knowing what to do. Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to just do it silently. It's okay to move silently. It's okay to not, you know, give too much of a about the rest of
The
the
thing that
community.
you've got.
Yeah.
So moving silently means you've got to manage your ego as well.
Absolutely.
Because I know this when I'm doing a campaign that I'm so excited about, and I've taken selfies on set, or I've just delivered a presentation in the boardroom that was approved.
Yeah.
I almost want to be like, yeah, you don't know what's coming. Know my name.
And I think that energy is so amazing.
Yeah.
Because I think we were just discussing with a friend. I was telling them I'll be sitting across you. And she was like, you've got the best women's campaign in August.
Oh, thank you.
And we've all been attracted to that.
Yeah.
We've all been, as production houses, as people who want to create alongside that energy, we've all been attracted to that. And I'll tell you that that energy is good for those who are receptive
Yeah.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
For those who are lurking, wanting you to fail, it may not be as good. And so one has to manage
Yeah.
how you show up, because, one thing I found when I was failing, I found that these people, when the when the water moved back, these people stood out, and they were there to say, told you so.
Yeah.
Check yourself, do this. All these
Stop
things.
being a legend. Now you are being a legend.
And you think to yourself, like, oh my God, you know how passionate I am about this thing?
Yeah.
Do you know where this energy comes from? And easily it can be seen as arrogance. Easily it can be isolating. Easily. And so many other things. I don't know if I want to get rid of that entirely, but I do have to strategize around that.
Yeah.
Because, unmanaged energy can
Yeah.
lead into
Of course.
weird vibes.
Yeah. What do you believe in right now when it comes to forgiving the people who have participated in your stumbles?
I don't have the answer for that.
You don't have
But
the
I
answer
know
for
that I
that,
need to
yeah.
forgive
Yeah.
in order for me to move on.
Yeah.
Because some of them, are still very much anchored in what we all did. And I struggle with that. I struggle with that because I nearly lost a lot, and that was not cool. And so to see them gather in my name has always been like the dagger. And I don't pay much attention to it, which is why I get emotional.
Yeah.
Because some of these people were surprises. It was such a huge surprise to see people turn. And I'm still grappling with that. Like, I think I was sitting on a flight going to London. I was going to support a friend running a marathon. I read The Alchemist again. And I knew that there was a reason. Like, I knew it. I knew that this is all for a reason. I just don't know why God wants me to go this direction.
Yeah.
I don't know why it feels like it always has to be so embarrassing. It always has to be so humiliating and arduous. It's not good. Which is why the lesser side of me feels so hard done by. But I'm good for the most part. Because I'd be pretending if I
Yeah.
sat across you and
Yeah.
said, cheers to failure. It's amazing. Cheers to damn
Yes,
failure. It's
damn
not
failure.
amazing, but it is at some level.
Yeah.
Because all of it
Yeah.
counts. And
Yeah.
I'm more happier now in my productions than I ever was. Than I ever was when I was, trending topics, trending Fridays, all these things. When we were launching channels with our shows, I'm at the most stable and calmest now. And I think at my most successful. I'm finding out things like, cooking with seed oils is not good for you.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
go get yourself some ghee.
Yeah.
Things like that are
Yeah.
nourishing to me and my business because a better legend is a better business.
Of course.
It's a better bar group. It's a better production. And so those lessons out of the failure and out of maybe forgiving come as such a big investment for the future for me that maybe somewhere it answers you, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk to a legend who is 25 right now and wants to have the level of success you have and to learn from failure and recover from failure.
Yeah.
What is your recovery recipe? What would you give to a person who's taken the heat today that you took years ago? What are the 3 things you would say this is the recipe for recovery from failing publicly like that?
Hold your own, know your name, and go your own way. It is the most important thing I've ever heard. It's in a song. And I heard it then when I was 25. I know it now. More than ever, those words became richer for me. I'm someone who always wants to create a pathway through the bushveld. I'm never the guy who walks on the pavement. I'm not. It's always going to be uncomfortable for you. It's always going to be that you hit the wall first and those who come after you. This is not an egotistical thing. I'm not interested in doing what's been done. I'm interested in trying to build a new conversation. I'm a conceptual person. I don't need 6 shows to survive. I need 2. I know that today. But I need 2 of the most special things for me. And when I pick projects, when I want to do something, it has to be tied to something deeper than you. I know that now. I know that when I was 25, I was banging at the door, Greg Maloka's office. Give me a chance, let me do something. And he did. But I wanted to do more. Now I just want to do what's significant and what's real and what's true, what will really move the needle. I'm happy about the work that I did and at the rate that I did it at. But now I'm cultivating a different language for myself, and I hope for others. As Lebo said, that's true. Like what we're doing is going to help the next.
Yeah.
And so that's where I am at. Yeah.
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 Wow, that is amazing. Thank you, Legend Manqele, for opening up.
Thank you.
And talking to us about your failures.
Got a bit emotional there.
It's a wrap. That's it. Thank you, guys. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please won't you do me a favor? Click the subscribe button as well as the notifications button so you know when we've got new content on our YouTube channel. And share it with your friends, whoever you believe needs to know that failure doesn't mark the end, but is filled with beautiful, glorious lessons we all need to have. Thank you.